Okay. So, I'm guessing all my students are stinking rich after I shamelessly tried to bribe you all last week, giving out the ultimatum pay rise or LinkedIn recommendation. Only one person actually gave me a recommendation. I can only assume that I too will be stinking rich next month. Admittedly, I didn't see everyone last week. I had to take a day off on Thursday, and Friday was a holiday. So I'm going to try again this week. Please, pretty please, with a cherry on top, write me a recommendation on LinkedIn. The reason why it's so important is because it's the only social media platform that new students have come from. I want to expand my reach this year and start posting short stories on it. But if I'm going to do that, I love that idea. My profile needs to look a little better than it does now. Ok. Então, eu estou achando que todos os meus alunos são fudidamente ricos.
Po-
I don't know.
Podres de rico.
Podres de rico. Yes, let me write this down. Podres de rico, so I don't forget. Um, depois de eu, sem vergonha nenhuma, depois que eu, sem vergonha nenhuma,
Descaradamente.
descaradamente, tentei. É, I know what bribe is, I just can't find a word in Português.
Subornar.
Subornar, thank you. Depois que eu descaradamente tentei subornar vocês todos semana passada, dando um ultimato, ou ultimato, né? Ah, aumento de pagamento ou recomendação no LinkedIn.
Uhum.
Apenas uma pessoa, de fato, me deu uma recomendação, fez uma recomendação para mim. Eu só posso deduzir que eu também estarei podre de rico mês que vem. Para falar a verdade, né? Eu admito que eu não vi todo mundo semana passada. Eu tive que tirar um dia de folga na quinta e na sexta foi feriado. Então, eu vou tentar de novo nessa semana. Por favorzinho, com uma cereja em cima,
Uhum.
escreva uma recomendação no LinkedIn para mim. A razão pela qual é tão importante é porque é a única plataforma de rede social da qual novos alunos têm vindo. Eu quero expandir o meu alcance nesse ano e começar a postar histórias curtas nela. Mas, se eu vou fazer isso, o meu perfil precisa parecer muito melhor do que parece hoje.
Uhum.
Parece agora.
Easy.
All right. The reason why I had a day off on Thursday is because I had another hair transplant. Because I was so bald, it was always a plan to have two. I decided to make use of the long Easter weekend and get it done on Thursday. Today is now Sunday. I should get my bandages off on Monday and be ready to teach on Tuesday. As far as I know, everything went well. I just need to recover now and wait. I should see the final result in January. The bad thing is they shaved my head, so everything I gained with the last transplant has gone, and I need to grow that again too. The price of beauty in the 21st century. A razão pela qual eu tive um dia de folga na quinta é porque eu fiz mais um transplante de cabelo. Porque eu era tão careca, sempre foi o plano fazer dois. Eu decidi aproveitar.
Aproveitar, né? Como sabe, é.
Ok. Eu decidi aproveitar o feriado prolongado de Páscoa e resolver e fazer na quinta.
Uhum.
Hoje é domingo, eu, é, eu devo tirar os meus curativos na segunda e estar pronto para dar aula na terça. Pelo que eu sei, tudo correu bem. Eu só preciso recuperar agora e esperar. Eu devo ver o resultado final em janeiro. O lado ruim é que eles rasparam a minha cabeça, então tudo que eu ganhei no último transplante foi embora e eu preciso crescer isso de novo também. É o preço da beleza no século XXI.
So,
All good?
yeah, great.
All right. I knew that talking about how Mr. Kawe cooks rice last week was going to cause controversy. To be honest, it's why I did it. Lots of people said that the older generations use hot water to cook rice, just like Kawe. But I'll tell you how I know I'm right. When cooking brown rice, everything needs to be cold. The pan, the water, everything. Then you have to cook it on a very low heat for the grains to really open up, to not be so crunchy. With white rice, you can get away with heating up the pan, but water needs to be cold. Esse lotes com apóstrofe S tá certo?
No, você tem razão.
No, I was sure maybe something that people did, but I didn't know. Okay, so just checking. All right. Eu sabia que falar sobre como o Mr. Cauê cozinha arroz na semana passada causaria polêmica ou controvérsia. Both? Para ser sincero, foi o motivo pelo qual eu fiz isso. Muitas pessoas disseram que gerações mais velhas usam água quente para cozinhar o arroz, assim como o Cauê. Mas eu vou te dizer como eu estou certo. Como eu sei que eu estou certo. Yes. Quando se cozinha arroz integral, tudo precisa estar frio. A panela, a água, tudo. Aí você tem que cozinhar num fogo baixo, muito baixo, para os grãos realmente abrirem para que não fiquem tão crocantes. That's a great tip. Com o arroz branco, você consegue driblar, fugir.
Fugir, escapar, yeah.
I like escapar too. Você pode escapar de aquecer a panela, mas a água tem que estar fria.
Isso aí. Right. This paragraph is full of traps.
What are they? What are they?
No,
Like get away?
one,
Oh, the next one. Okay. All right. I had to have some blood work done. Have or get? Does it matter? Okay. So I had to have some blood work done before my hair transplant or before having my hair transplant. The doctor gave me a long list to do.
To have done.
To have done. I was going with this one, but I chose to simplify it. Sorry. I'm sorry. So the doctor gave me a long list to have done. I don't have health care. I don't have health care.
Health insurance, health plan?
I don't have a health plan or health insurance. So I went to Dr. Consulta to get a quote.
Very good.
All of the exams plus an ECG.
ECG, yeah.
Or electrocardiogram.
That's exactly it.
Ended up costing a little over 1,000 reais.
Yeah.
Yeah? since I was supposed to have it done early in the morning,
Yeah.
uh, without eating, I don't know.
Nil by mouth. Nil by mouth. So people that
Nil.
like football, they're going to know that nil is also zero, N-I-L, and then by mouth, nil by mouth, with hyphens.
Tá. N-I-L, nil by mouth. Is that also used in other countries other than the UK?
Yeah.
Nil by mouth?
Mhm,
Okay. All right. So since I was supposed to have it done early in the morning, nil by mouth,
mhm,
I went back home. Close to my house, there is another clinic called Dr. Midge. I don't know why it has two or it has double C in doctor,
mhm,
but I went there to uh also get a quote.
mhm,
Um they don't do
mhm,
the electrocardiogram in that clinic,
mhm.
but uh
Was
cost was the rest was cadê? Less than a third of the of Dr. Consulta's price.
yeah, that's it.
We can never say value in this case, right?
Not really.
Okay. Dr. Consulta's price. I couldn't believe it.
Mm.
Since they didn't do the electro in the clinic,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'd have to go to Jabaquara and it would cost me 35 reais. I decided having it done at Dr. Consulta in my neighborhood for 80.
Mhm.
Even so, I saved almost 700 reais.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Good to know, Bruce.
That was amazing. That was really, really good.
Let me know if the doctors like the quality of the exam. Because have you seen this? Like I don't like, for example, I always like have exams at one certain clinic, and one day a doctor said, "Oh, I don't like the quality of their exam." I was like, "So what's the difference?" But they didn't like the references and stuff like that. So I'm curious to know if the doctors like the quality because I am considering stop paying my insurance.
Mm.
So I'm curious to know.
No one said anything. No one said, "Oh, these are
Cool.
good exams."
About the consulta.
Well, yeah. I mean, the first time, by chance, do you remember the time that they thought I had, oh, what's the liver disease?
Hepatitis?
No, no. It's a sexually transmitted disease also. They thought I had,
The liver disease? I don't know.
yeah, the one that attacks your liver. They thought I had hepatitis. Sorry, you were right. You were right. Hepatitis. I heard something else when you said it. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's okay.
When they thought I had hepatitis, it was the same time that I was going to go get my first thing done. So I managed to get all my blood tests done on SUS the first time, and they didn't say anything about that. And
Oh,
then the second time I did this Dr. Mid, and also they didn't say anything about that. But I think to myself, they're blood tests. So like, how wrong can it be? I mean, it either is or isn't that, right?
that yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought, but why I thought it was weird when they first said it. But I heard this actually for other exams, like electrocardiogram, like when I did the reflux one with the images, especially
Mm-hmm.
or ultrasounds. Like
Ultrasound.
I once did the kidney ultrasound, and it said I had a kidney stone.
Hmm.
And then the doctor said, look at the exam. He said, I can tell by the exam that you actually have a kidney stone. I can't the images are not trustworthy.
Okay.
Like, okay. And I've paid to go to a doctor that they said like has the clearest vocal cord exams too. So I guess it can change from machine to
Like
machine, I guess.
gene or operator from operator, maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's another thing to have an eye
To be
to
aware
have an
of.
to be aware of. Thank you. All right. Marcelo Hayes, if you don't know him, he used to be
Mm.
Leo Burnett's
Because you said
partner.
Marcelo Hayes, you don't have to do all that. So Marcelo Hayes, if you don't know, was.
If you don't know, was Leo Burnett's partner and CEO.
Mm-hmm.
Leo Burnett Agencies, né? Because it's
Yeah.
not the person.
Yeah.
Okay. Just a partner and CEO.
Mhm.
One fine day, he was at the agency and received a call. Hello, this is Tina from Tim. And he rolled his eyes and said, I have no time right now. Call me later. It was exactly what the lady did and disturbed him all
Yeah.
day,
Bothered him?
bothered him.
Pestered him?
Pestered,
Yeah.
tipo P-A-S-T-E-R-E-D.
De peste. Pestered.
Ah, tá.
Praga.
Pestered him. Pestered him all day.
Mhm.
At the end of the afternoon,
Mhm.
after a few 10 calls,
Some phone calls?
huh?
Some?
Some. About after some 10 calls,
Mhm.
he lost his patience and so did she.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Mr. Marcelo, this is Tina from Tim, marketing director.
Yes.
Finally, he found time to speak to the lady.
Yes.
So it was one of his clients.
Yeah.
Or, oh my God, Jesus. Não tô tempo agora. That's a fine story. That's a fun story. Okay. While my sister was here, we went to Ibirapuera Park and we saw some little monkeys.
Mm.
Can I say ran into?
Ran
No?
into, yeah, found,
Found?
came across.
All right. I told her, if you meet a Brazilian person, don't tell them you saw monkeys in Brazil. For some reason, they get very offended with the idea. Even with photographic evidence,
Proof, evidence, proof.
proof,
Hmm.
those are never plural, right? Proofs can be plural, I guess.
It can be, but not in this instance.
Okay. All right. So even with photographic proof or evidence, out of Brazil, it's something Brazilians deny
Mhm.
and take it as an offense.
Friends, yeah.
It's even worse if you say you saw them in São Paulo, they will be horrified.
Hmm.
I also don't get it, but that's what it's like.
That's the way it is.
That's the way it is. That's the way it is. All right.
Excellent work.
Thank you. I'm going to stop speaking French. I only speak it because it was mandatory at school. France is also the UK's neighboring country, so it was easy to vacation and study there. I even did a work placement there with college. These days, I only speak French with my old French neighbors in Villa Mariana. However, while I was in Rio, there were a few francophones there.
Mhm.
Eu vou parar de falar francês. Eu só falo porque era mandatório na escola. A França é também um país vizinho do Reino Unido.
Mhm.
Então, era fácil tirar férias e estudar lá. Eu até fiz I don't know what a work placement
É tipo um estágio.
okay. Eu também fiz um estágio lá, na faculdade.
Colégio.
No colégio, no tipo high school?
No, it's not. It's like a vocational college. It's not like a academic.
Tá. Eu acho que nesse caso, faculdade a gente pode usar, mas não universidade.
Okay, okay.
Poderia
Sounds good.
ser?
Yeah.
Tá. So, ultimamente, eu só falo em francês com meus antigos vizinhos franceses da Vila Mariana.
Mhm.
É, no entanto, enquanto eu estava no Rio, haviam alguns francófonos.
Francófonos, yeah.
Mentira!
É verdade, francófono, yeah. They, I mean, it's weird to say it in Portuguese, right? But I guess you would say native French speakers ou nativos da língua francesa. Mas não necessariamente franceses, né? Quem é francófono pode ser de Canadá, pode ser de Bélgica, pode ser do Congo.
Makes sense. Então, tinha alguns nativos da língua francesa, francófonos, tá. The hotel bar in Rio was a little confusing. You never really knew if it was open or not. And when it was open, you didn't always see the barman to be able to order drinks. In Portuguese, I asked the lady sat at the table next to me if she has seen the barman working. She said she didn't understand. I asked if she spoke Spanish. She said she didn't. I asked about English, still no joy. I asked her what language she spoke, and she said Italian. I don't speak Italian, so I gave up. Soon after, her son came to sit with her. They started speaking French, and she started telling her son about my attempt at conversation and how funny it was to refuse. Of course, unbeknownst to her,
Mhm.
wow, unbeknownst to her, I could understand every word she said. That was one of the three bad experiences I had with francophones in Rio, and I was only there for 5 days. I did get the last laugh though. The same woman saw me speaking French with someone else. I only wish I could have taken a picture of her face. O bar do hotel no Rio de Janeiro estava um pouco confuso. Você nunca sabia de verdade se estava aberto ou não, e quando estava aberto, você não via sempre o barman para conseguir pedir bebidas ou drinks.
Mhm.
Em português, eu perguntei a uma moça sentada numa mesa do meu lado se ela havia visto o barman trabalhando. Ela disse que ela não entendia. Eu perguntei se ela falava espanhol. Ela disse que não. Eu perguntei sobre inglês e ainda assim sem sucesso. Eu perguntei qual língua ela falava e ela disse italiano. Eu não falo italiano, então eu desisti. Pouco tempo depois, o seu filho veio sentar com ela. Eles começaram a falar francês e ela começou a contar ao filho dela sobre a minha tentativa de conversa, né, de conversação,
Mhm.
e o quão engraçado havia sido recusar. Claro que
Sem ela saber.
sem ela saber, né? É, sem ela saber, eu pude entender cada palavra que ela disse. Essa foi uma de 3 experiências ruins que eu tive com, nativos de francês no Rio, e eu estava lá só por 5 dias. Mas eu tive a risada final. Foi eu que ri por último.
Mhm.
A mesma mulher me viu falando francês com outra pessoa. Eu eu queria só ter tirado uma foto dela, da cara dela.
Yes, true.
Gente, que mulher desagradável, para não dizer outras coisas. Ok. The luxury goods industry is in turmoil as Chinese factories have said, fuck you. to the USA trade tariffs and revealed that luxury label goods are actually made in China. Not only that, the Chinese government are offering a 10-day tourist visa for American citizens to go luxury shopping. I believe you can order directly online from the factory outlet stores if you don't want to go in person. For example, a Birkin handbag sold in the US for $38,000, now available for 1,300. Oh, the scandal. All right. Os bens de luxo, a indústria de bens de luxo,
Yeah, produtos, talvez nesse caso.
produtos. A indústria de produtos de luxo está em agitação, está em. Ai,
Transtorno.
está transtornada. Está em transtorno, uma vez que fábricas chinesas disseram vão se fuder ou fodam-se
Uhum.
para as tarifas de troca americana. De trade, trocas,
Negócios.
negócios. Tarifas de negócios dos Estados Unidos.
Uhum.
E revelaram que produtos rotulados como de luxo,
Uhum.
na verdade, são feitos na China.
Yeah.
Ok. Não só isso, o governo chinês está oferecendo um visto de turista de 10 dias para cidadãos americanos fazerem compras de luxo. Eu acredito que você pode encomendar diretamente online da fábrica from the factory outlet stores. Das fábricas de lojas de outlet.
Das lojas, das fábricas. Lojas, outlets, da fábrica.
Tá. Das lojas outlet de fábricas, se você não quiser ir em pessoa, ou pessoalmente, né?
Uhum.
Por exemplo, uma bolsa da Birkin, vendida nos Estados Unidos por $38.000, agora está disponível por 1.300.
Uhum.
Ah, o escândalo.
Escândalo. Yes.
Yes. Gente, outro dia eu fui no brechó, tinha casacos, assim, por tipo assim, no brechó, por 5.800, assim. Tipo, right? That's the reaction. Like, wow. So I guess it cost 12,000. Now it's 5,800.
Come on, man. Come on.
Tem esse público, né? Não dá pra
Tem.
dizer que não.
Super que tem.
Yeah. So speaking of, eu sempre confundo isso, né? Que merda. Vamos lá. Speaking of USA,
Speaking of
né? Sempre. Speaking of the USA, many countries in Europe and around the world
Mhm.
have published severe warnings
Mhm.
for those who intend to visit the United States.
Mhm.
They've been warning that a visa isn't a guarantee of entrance.
Entry
Entry isn't a guarantee
of entry.
of entry, and that people run the risk of being arrested
Mhm.
for some days, for a few days. A Canadian woman was arrested for 10 days due to lack of paperwork. And inclusive os cidadãos dos Estados Unidos também estão ficando presos por viagens interestaduais. And including
Even?
né? Including tá ficando esquisito mesmo. And even United States citizens are also being arrested for interstate trips.
Yep.
A man was arrested even though he presented or showed.
Yeah.
Can I say presented?
You can say presented or you can say showed.
Okay. So even though he showed his passport and birth certificate proving
Mhm.
his citizenship,
Mhm.
and he remained arrested for a few days.
Yeah.
I wonder if is it the end of democracy in the United States? I wonder.
Mhm.
I fear that eu temo que aqui mesmo no Brasil faz poucos anos que a direita estava na rua pedindo ditadura já. Eu só espero que os acontecimentos nos Estados Unidos agem como um exemplo para o Brasil na hora de votar nas eleições ano que vem. Nossa Senhora. I don't think it looks good, to be honest. I saw yesterday this boy in São José dos Campos. São José dos Campos is very Bolsonarista, very Bolsonarista.
Countryside.
Yeah, and this teenager dressing a shirt that was half Brazil and half USA.
Oh my
So
God.
you can imagine, yes, like a youth dressing this. It's a little bit desperate. All right. So I fear that even here in Brazil, it's been a few years since the right was on the streets asking for dictatorship now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just hope the events in the United States act like an example,
Act as?
act as why not like?
Because it's not a comparison.
So act as an example to Brazil, right? Not for.
Yeah, okay.
What do you prefer?
I don't mind.
Okay. Example to Brazil, for Brazil. I'll go with for. Example for Brazil when it's time to vote in next year's elections.
That's it.
While there's still space for the
So difficult, right? How are you going to say it? Teaching Brazil.
wait, yeah. Well, can I say space though? Is space right?
Yeah.
Okay, so or room, right? While there's still space for our little Brazilian way, for a special Brazilian way.
Yeah, the closest I can think of it is the phrase that we have, where there's a will, there's a way. Where there is a will, there is a way.
But how would you apply it?
So it's kind of the same as Jeitinho Brasileiro in that like it's vale tudo, esse tipo de coisa. Mas that's the only time that we would say that is that like where there is a will, you will find a way if you really
But
want
the
it.
whole,
But it's a whole
if you
phrase.
really want it,
Yeah, you will find a way to do it. But that's
but
Jeitinho Brasileiro. It's just Brazilians have made it into this little thing. That's
okay, that's true.
like
I like that. It's an interesting point of view. So, while there is still room for our there, where there is a will, there is a way.
yeah.
A student of mine has been enjoying the most, has been making the
Yeah,
best use.
making the most of it.
Making the most of it. I was trying to go for
You were
that.
almost there, yeah.
A student of mine has been making the most of it.
Mm,
He went to a wedding in Maceió recently and spent 2 weeks in paradise.
mm,
I know he's a, a college student.
mm.
I know he's also a college student. So I asked him about missing college.
About missing college, yeah, about his absence at uni.
At uni or at the uni? Does
At
it matter?
uni. At uni.
At uni. Okay. So I know he's a college student too. So I asked about his absence at uni, and he told me he has a friend who's a doctor and gave him a medical leave,
Medical leave, a sick note.
a 2 week sick note,
Yeah, that's exactly it.
a 2 week sick note so that he could go.
Yeah,
Wonderful, huh, guys?
yeah,
What a life.
great.
Amazing.
Good to
All
have
right.
friends.
Huh?
Good to have friends.
Good to have friends. Good to have friends who have friends, Bruce. But
Yes.
you're your own boss, so you would never need that. So, anyway, my Easter was great. I couldn't leave my house because of my recent procedure,
Mhm,
but I also got, sorry, not also, my bad. I got a slice of cake
mhm,
from Crazy Lady.
mhm,
I bought myself a homemade Easter egg
mhm.
from my old, can I say old neighbor or
Yeah,
no?
say old neighbor, yeah.
From my old neighbor in Ceará,
From.
from Ceará, from, my
Mhm.
bad, from Ceará, uh, with passion fruit filling.
Okay.
What would you say?
Filled with passion fruit mousse.
Filled with passion fruit mousse. And my sister brought my favorite chocolate from the UK.
Mhm,
So I only ate sweets all day
mhm,
long.
mhm.
Good thing I'm not pre-diabetic.
Yes,
Good thing, Bruce.
it's,
Are you not really,
I'm really not.
though?
No.
Okay, good. My oat cleaner is back this week. He starts over, or he restarts
Mhm,
here
mhm.
on Tuesday. I haven't seen him in a year.
For a year.
I haven't seen him for.
Mhm,
In é pra frente, né? I haven't seen him for a year.
mhm.
The house is already clean for my first day back.
For his.
My bad. For his first day back.
Yeah,
How is he doing?
he's skinny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's healed, right?
I mean, yeah, he's done all his stuff, so he's got no more medication to take, and he's all the horrible stuff at the end of his treatment is finished. So he's tired, I guess, really,
Yeah.
and skinny, but he's eating a lot. Like I took him out for lunch and he ate a lot, and he worked fine. Like
Okay.
he was worried that it was. He said to me that he didn't really want to go back to work anywhere else but here because only I would understand if he had to sit down and rest for 10 minutes or something.
What?
Yeah, I know, but that's a whole different mental thing.
Yeah.
But he didn't. But he didn't. So
Cool.
yeah, he seems to be okay. And He said he felt better after being at work. He felt productive and valued and all that sort of
That's
stuff.
nice.
And like starting life again,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's good, Bruce. He's back.
Yeah, yeah. And
All
that's
right.
clean. Like really clean. Like the other guy just wasn't the
What was
same.
the other guy again? You didn't even mention him in classes, did you?
Tom. It's called Tom.
Tom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you barely mentioned him. So I'm glad John is back.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Um, Let me ask you something. Have you been to that Bao Hut thing in Luis Góes? Is that the place you went to once?
No, I've never been there.
We should go there.
Let's go.
We should go. Let's see. Are you free tomorrow at all?
Yeah, what time?
At night? Like 8?
Yeah, yeah,
8:30?
yeah, yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, then let's do that.
It's become like one of my favorite places.
Yeah.
Yes. But the food there is just so good. And on Thursday they have double drinks.
Oh, so let's go.
I just had the right catch there, okay? But yeah, let's go. That would be fun.
Cool, let's do it. All right, so
All
tomorrow
right then.
I'll give you a shout when I'm done.
All right then. See you,
Cool.
Bruce.
Nice to see you. I'm glad you're back.
Nice to see you. Nice to be back. Bye bye.
Ciao, ciao.